BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags, and this week, oh my god, such a mess. Okay, I'm gonna go and talk about him. The movie is called Abominable. Yes, sometimes I say the word weird. Abominable, like Abominable Snowman. Yeah, like that. Okay, so it's called Abominable. It was made it was made in 2020. And the gist of the movie is that there's this base. I don't think they say where. It's just, maybe they do and I just missed it. It was such a weird movie and how it was laid out and stuff. You have this base of some snowy climate, and there's this team. They get sent in to go and find out, what happened to everyone there, because, everyone's disappeared. It's like, oh, where did everyone go? And there's also this plant that's there that they're trying to find, that's like supposed to like cure cancer or something like that. I don't know. And there's a Yeti there. So, one by one they get picked off and stuff, and so that's the gist of the movie. If you want to watch it, go for it. It's on Tubi. It's just really it's just every aspect of the movie is just terrible, except for one aspect. And the one aspect was like, whoa, when it happened, or when it happens. So let's talk about the movie. Acting. Script. Music. I mean, the music's fine. It's just the type of movie it's in is like, okay, whatever. Like, it's like, if I was given this movie to do, what I would have done, start the movie off the same way it does, except instead of just showing them already at the base, maybe you show this helicopter fly in, maybe you do a couple of circles or something, it lands, and you have your 4 characters or whatever hop off, and then they get into the base. And then, make the movie just a tad bit longer, or maybe add like some extra story details and whatnot. The biggest problem with this movie, in my opinion, and I'm not even done listing all the problems with the movie, is that the movie's like an hour and 12 minutes. And this is the kind of movie that should be like an hour and a half, 2 hours kind of thing. Maybe not 2 hours, but at least an hour and a half. Because, like, the acting and the script were just terrible when, like, there's, like, some subplots and some, like, different ideas and whatnot that get spoken throughout the movie. That's, like, it just felt so weird and cheesy and full of crap when it happened. Like, there's a character that, not out of nowhere, but almost out of nowhere, is just like, I have brain cancer or something like that. It's like, okay, you just said it really weird. Is this a movie I'm gonna watch again? No. No. Okay. Now, I will give it the one thing about this movie that I really liked, or at least thought was that's good. Okay, was the special effects / the gore, and etc. And I'm not gonna lie, I think Tom Savini would be proud. I think he would. There's some kills in the movie that are like, whoa. There's also some kills that are like, okay, whatever. Like, there's this one. Alright, I'll give you like 2 kills, okay? And there's a couple other kills that are like, ooh, or, okay. I'll give you 2. 1. There's this character that's just random, that's just in the woods or whatever. I don't know why, he's just there. And he's like, my eye got cut out, I can't see. Like the guy from the Mummy, the 90s Mummy movie. And then the Yeti comes behind him, whoosh, smacks his head against the tree. Right, and then there's like 3 different cuts. The first cut, you don't see anything, you go to the Yeti. And then the second cut is a little more bloody, and then the third cut's a little more, And the funniest thing about the kill is that when he's dead, he just lifts him down so, like, slowly, like, he's like, good night, baby. It's so stupid. But there was the third kill. I really liked it. I think, crap, I forgot how it starts, but, like, the guy's, like, on the ground. something happened. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah, sorry, the movie's so bad. It's really hard to remember the good parts about it. There's a guy. He has a gun. The Yeti smacks the gun out of his hand and rips his arm off. The guy's like, ah! So the Yeti puts his hand right there and starts pulling. And the last thing we see is him starting to pull it out, and his blood's getting all over the place, and you see it starting to come out, and then you just cut. You don't see the guy again, and I'm just like, whoa, that was actually pretty good. But like everything else about this movie just sucked so bad. Like there's a lot of scenes where like I'm not sure if they're trying to say that the Yeti can be invisible, because if that's a subplot that the Yeti can be invisible, then I get it. But like the whole thing is like there's like scenes where like your character's like, there it is, and then when you're able to like look around because it's fast paced, you don't see it, and you're like, what the heck? What are you shooting at? And they're just like, oh, it's coming, oh, gotta run. Oh my god, it's coming. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't see it. You don't see it. You're just delusional. Unless that's the idea of the movie, and it's trying to go and say that all these guys are just losing it. But yeah, it's just... Alright, last problem I'll go and say, I don't think is that they just like introduced like characters out of nowhere, but there were at least 3 characters that just added to the movie just to be killed. And it's like, I feel like you add just more time so it makes more sense. Like you see these, like there's these 3 people, there's these 2 people together, and then there's the 3rd person that I already told you about. Ooh. And it's just like, what the heck, where'd you come from, who are you, what's your name? And it's like, you know, I haven't looked yet, but it's like, it's probably gonna be like guy without eye played by so and so, whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. But this movie, if you want to watch the movie, sure. If you're drunk, whatever, you might have a good time with it. I don't know, but I do know that I probably will not watch this movie again unless I wanted to see how they did the kills, because that was like the only thing that was like really good about it. The music was overcomplicated. The script was like too bad. And it's just everything about the movie was bad, to the point where if this was like my first movie like I ever made, I probably would like throw up or die a little bit inside, because seriously, it's like, it feels like this movie, it feels like it took like a couple months to do, and then something terrible happened, and then they had to reshoot a lot, and then the reshooting was just or maybe this movie was longer, and then for some reason it got cut down a lot. I don't know. All I know is that you go on Tubi, you look up Abominable, look up the 2020 movie, because there's a few movies called that. And the poster shows your 4 characters or whatever, like on this plane, and then the Yeti, and it's like sideways or whatever, right? And it's the list of movies I'm gonna watch. The next one's pretty good, and then the 2 after that could be like this, or they actually might be pretty good. I think the one after next week's gonna be pretty good. I don't know about the one after that, but then the last one of the month. Actually, it's not the last one of the month. The first Thursday of next month. I think that might be a pretty good one. We'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I will see it. But I am Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. And if I had to rate this movie right now on the top of my head, I would have to give this movie a 4.7. How about 4.7? And the best part about the movie with the blood and gore and the kills and stuff. So if you're that kind of guy that wants to go and watch a movie because of that, you know, maybe check this out. It's just an hour, you know. Actually, maybe hour and 30 minutes because there's ads on Tubi, so, you know, whatever, right? I think it's worth at least one watch just to see those kills. But other than that, if you don't like, if kills aren't your thing in horror movies, don't watch this movie. If you don't like going to watch a movie because it kills, or like if you want to watch a movie because of story, don't watch this. If you want to watch a movie because of music, don't watch it. Acting, don't watch this movie. Okay, it's terrible. I'm sorry. It just is. I'm sorry. It just is. Anyways, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags, and I will see you next week. Bye.